How to trim a dog's nails at home. Start by choosing a good time and think that it is important that your dog is calm. Once you see that your dog is calm and you have your nail clipper located, guide yourself through these steps. Start clipping the nails on the front legs, then work your way up the back legs, turning your dog on its side or gently pushing the paw back when standing. Hold the foot firmly and cut each nail without reaching the pink area, since this is where the blood vessels are. If you accidentally bleed when cutting your nails, there are products on the market to stop these small bleeds. If your dog has black nails and you can't see the blood vessel area, don't worry, cut from below little by little until you see a gray oval. When in doubt, always go to your vet. Once all the nails are trimmed, file them to smooth the cuts. When you're done, congratulate your dog. You can give him a prize, and this way he will remember the activity as something positive, and it will be easier for you next time. It is important that you know what utensils to use to trim your dog's nails. At Kalikesto.com we have at your disposal a wide catalog of nail clippers and special files for dog with which it will be very easy to carry out this activity. As you can see, it is a very simple task that you have to be careful with and that your dog will do very well. Do you usually trim your dog's nails? Or do you prefer your veterinarian or your pet's groomer to do it? Tell us about your experience. One of the biggest concerns of all of us who have pets may be precisely how to maintain proper care and health so that their life is pleasant, adequate, and lasting. Those who have dogs usually make a frequent consultation with veterinarians, which has to do directly with the care and cutting of the nails of dogs. If you consider that you can carry out this activity yourself to avoid taking your four-legged friend to the vet, through this article we are going to give you the best keys and all the information you need to know to cut your dog's nails in home, safely and responsibly. Comparison of best products for canine pedicure. Finally, we could not leave aside some details and recommendations that it is important that you take into account to properly choose what is best for your pet, so in the next section you will have to have all the data you need to carry out your homework. The Pacute Nail Clipper is a great choice for its high-quality stainless steel cutting blades, allowing both small and larger dogs to be cut nails without any risk of chipping the nail. The grip is ergonomic with rubber handles for non-slip comfort and safety. It also has a locking system for safer storage. It also includes a file that comes in handy to clean the rough edges that may remain on the nail edges after cutting. Simply Natural Nail Clippers for Dogs. This other nail clipper that we present to you in this list is Simply Natural. It has high-quality stainless steel blades, very sharp blades to ensure a perfect cut, as well as an adjustable safety stop that allows greater confidence and speed when doing cutting, either from the nails of a dog or another animal. It has a textured non-slip handle and a protective blade closure. The kit also includes a file for touch-ups and nail smoothing. Finally, note that the guarantee implies that if you do not obtain the desired quality, they will give you a full refund of your money. Something that builds trust. Pacute Electric Nail File for Dogs. The Pacute brand electric nail file is an excellent option that includes an 800 mAh lithium polymer battery that has the benefit of charging quickly and has a long use time of up to 14 hours. It has a powerful motor and 2 adjustable file speeds that allow greater precision, depending on the hardness of your dog's nail. It brings with it 2 polishing heads and 4 interface sizes that will be useful depending on the nail sizes of each animal. Don't worry about the noise, your pet will be calm because it has a silent motor. Less than 50 decibels and low vibration so that no one is bothered. Best of all, it also has a warranty of up to 1 year for replacement or refund. YouThink Electric Nail File for Dogs. YouThink is another brand that offers electric nail file, with a high-quality diamond-designed grinder useful for grinding, cutting, carving any type of nail without removing the cuticles from it, which is removable for easy cleaning. It features 3 size adjustable ports and a 2-speed switch that offers the ease of nail trimming for pets of any size. It also has a built-in 600 mAh fast-charging battery that lasts up to 8 hours and a USB charger cable. Finally, a 1-year warranty. Omork Electric Nail File for Dogs. Another electric nail file is from the Omork brand, which offers a diamond molder with 2 replaceable grinding wheels with 4 types of grinding mode, suitable for small, medium, large breed dogs, and a last one for high-speed filing, up to 7,500 RMP. So that filing work can be completed in less time. Very quiet motor, Less than 55 decibels to avoid disturbing pets, battery with several recharging options with up to 4 hours of duration and USB cable. Welltop, electric nail file for dogs. The Welltop brand comes to compete with an electric nail file, which has a 600 mAh lithium battery with a 4-hour runtime and USB cable with surge protection. 2 filing speeds, one for greater precision and the other for faster polishing, and safety covers to protect the nails according to the size of the pet. Adapted with quiet 50 decibels motor with low vibration and strong diamond carving stone cutting head. Datypit, electric nail clipper for dogs. The Datypit electric nail clipper or nail filer features a removable frosted diamond bit that minimizes the risk of excessive cutting or injury, a powerful motor with low vibration and low noise, with less than 40 decibels, making it very easy to work with sensitive animals. It also incorporates a non-slip silicone handle with good grip, rechargeable battery with LED indicator, lasting 6 continuous hours, and a USB cable for multiple charging. Bassane pedicure kit for dogs. This pedicure kit for dogs presented by the Bassane brand comes equipped with an electric file with a high-quality, thick and durable diamond head, 3 ports with covers to choose from for pets of different sizes, small, medium and large. Silent motor with noise less than 50 decibels, with a rotation speed of 6,500 RPM for a very clean and precise result. It's portable and easy to clean, plus it has a USB cable for easy charging anywhere. Picute, nail scissors for dogs. On the other hand, the Picute brand nail scissors for dogs has an interesting curved design with 25 degrees to make nail cutting safer, thanks to the high-quality sharp stainless steel blades. It actually does have a rubber handle for easy and comfortable grip. Its design provides great utility to be used even with small pets such as rabbits and hamsters. It has a useful guarantee of 6 months of use. Amiga, puppy nail scissors. We now present to you some Amiga brand scissors that are very useful for professional nail cutting for puppies, with angled stainless steel blades with a rounded tip, which allows you to reach small pieces of nails buried in the skin or hidden uncomfortably. Its non-slip material handle is ergonomic to facilitate the precision cutting process, and something that cannot be missed is that it also has a 100% money-back guarantee. Harry's professional pet nail clip. Harry's, on the other hand, presents a professional nail clipper with an ergonomic non-slip rubber handle, very durable stainless steel blades, with a protection cap that protects the cut so as not to exceed the appropriate limit. It has a safety lock at the bottom of its handle, which allows safe use and storage. A good file could not be missing for those details necessary after cutting. Sinypit, nail clippers for medium and large dogs. Sinypit, with this nail clipper, competes with very clean cuts, even very strong nails, with its high-quality stainless steel blades, a strong, non-slip, easy grip handle to control the cut and prevent possible accidents or unwanted cuts. To further ensure the perfection of its use, it offers a safety sheet that limits the cutting of different sizes of nails, a small file that is inside one of the grip handles, and a safety lock to store and carry it with tranquility. Finally, a 12-month guarantee with the possibility that in case of dissatisfaction when trying it for 30 days, the money back. Gold Medal Pets, styptic powder for dogs. Another of the very necessary elements that are required for the care and cutting of nails is the one that we present to you through the Gold Medal Pets brand. This is a styptic powder whose function is that of an astringent that dries liquid moisture and specifically blood when there is some kind of accident or bad nail cutting. Its use is not limited to cuts, it is also used when there are burns or scratches in different types of animals. Bioline, styptic powder to stop bleeding. Another brand that offers a great solution for emergencies and nail cutting errors is Bioline, with an effective product to stop bleeding and that also works as an analgesic, anti-inflammatory, and to sterilize wounds from bad nail cuts, bites, and other trauma such as excessive scratching. They recommend that we keep in mind to keep this styptic powder away from sensitive areas such as the eyes and nose. Battles Veterinary Wound Powder. Not least is Battles Veterinary brand's specialty wound powder, which is a medically licensed, absorbent and antibacterial product that ensures optimal healing and easy application. It includes 2% tocylchloramide sodium pearls, making it perfect for use on minor wounds, cuts, bites, scratches or any other type of laceration that does not have to be directly attended by a veterinarian. How are the dog's nails? Perhaps you have to start by knowing a little, properly, about this part of the dog's body. The diversity of races in this species, the age and the different activities that each pet performs, are the main guidelines to take into account to identify the wear and tear of the nails on its feet. Likewise, the nails of each race can vary in terms of color, texture, size, and more. While in some dogs the nails are long and curved, in others they are short and thicker. The truth is that the action of walking or running helps to a great extent to present a natural and continuous wear due to friction against the floor of the nails. If we think about this situation, it is not true for all pets, depending on the person who takes care of them, the activities they are used to, and even the place where they live. How to cut dog nails at home? Step by step. It does not matter if you're not an expert. By following the steps that we leave you below and with the experience that you will acquire, you will be able to achieve the confidence to cut your dog's nails at home. Step 1. Have the appropriate tools. Before starting the procedure, the most important thing is that you have on hand all those tools and utensils that you may need to carry out the work, taking into account different options. As in the manicure that you can do, it is important to have water at a temperature that allows to soften the nails a bit, to have the appropriate nail clipper device for dogs, according to the size of the dog and the shape of the nail. The most common are guillotine-shaped and scissor-shaped, and even have specialized cloths and powders in cases of an accidental bad cut. Step 2. Find a space and moment of tranquility and relaxation. Don't pretend, right off the bat, to pick up your dog and just cut his nails. It is necessary that you manage to conquer your own tranquility and that of your dog, because as you should know, they feel the vibrations of humans, and if you are restless, he will be too. You can even use some relaxing music, do it outdoors, after playing with it, or any other experience that is pleasant and positive for your dog. If you do this, nail trimming can become tolerable and even satisfactory over time. Keep in mind that the results to achieve that the routine is accepted more easily, will be achieved more effectively if you usually do nail trimming since they are puppies. Step 3. Calculate the exact measurement of the nail, prior to cutting. When your pet is standing, you will be able to realize which is the piece of nail that is really left over, being the ideal measure, the one that is flush with the floor without touching it. Even more important to calculate the appropriate measurement is that you manage to find the pink part and make the cut about 2 to 4 millimeters below it, since this is the part that contains nerve endings and blood vessels, so you must do everything possible so as not to cut it, at the risk of causing bleeding. Step 4. Leg massage and gradual manipulation of the nail. It is very convenient that even with some anticipation of the weeks or days in which you will carry out the cutting process, at certain times, you take the legs of your pet, caress them and also do with the nails, holding them for short periods of time so that the dog becomes accustomed, so that at the time of the cut, he does not feel that he is being forced into an unusual activity, but takes it easy. Step 5. We proceed to the cut. Although it seems obvious, it is necessary to take special care when cutting the nails, and who better than you, to get to know your own pet, so depending on whether it is naughty, restless or easily stressed, you can decide whether you do the cutting ritual on your own, or have the help of someone else, to contain it appropriately and prevent it from hurting itself or causing it to you. Take a firm grip on your nail and cut to size with just enough pressure to cut straight, fast and clean. Start with the back legs, as they are usually the shortest and easiest to cut. You should not forget to also cut the extra spurs or fingers that some of the dogs have, which is like the thumb, but in them it does not really fulfill any specific function, causing their nails to grow much more and even curl, and can cause a laceration, if care is not taken. Step 6. Reward. Every time you cut a nail on your pet, you can give him a cookie or treat accompanied by a congratulation for the behavior shown. This form of reward will allow conditioning of the behavior of your dog to be achieved, very useful to minimize the risks that may arise during nail trimming. Why do dogs have to cut their nails? Pedicure for dogs is not only done as an act of aesthetics or vanity, but also because it is absolutely necessary in order to avoid any type of injury, wound or any problem in their legs. Naturally, dog life includes a lot of happiness in them when it comes to going outdoors and playing, sometimes with you, with other dogs or even alone. These activities allow them not only to express themselves, exercise, but also wear down their nails. When dogs do not have the possibility to do so for the many different reasons that may arise, such as lack of time or place of residence, it is of the utmost importance to be aware of the care of their legs. With all of the above, it is necessary to emphasize that in the absence of proper nail care, certain discomforts may arise, such as when your nails get tangled with curtains, tablecloths, towels or any other type of fabric, even causing ruptures, bleeding, and hence, possible infections or very painful incarnations. On the other hand, by leaving their nails long, it prevents them from walking normally, causing them to slip and even cause ugly kinks. When should a dog's nails be trimmed? As a responsible owner, it is important that you be aware if when your dog walks normally, it causes a noise of its nails against the floor. This indicates that the size of the nail exceeds that of the pads under its feet, and here is when it is done necessary a good pedicure. Practically the basic needs of the dog are a matter that each owner must be aware of, since the familiarity that arises between humans and animals is very great if there is communication, and this allows the opportunity to be aware of the changes that occur present at different ages and stages of their life. At what age should I start trimming a dog's nails? Many of us are unaware of some basic data on the care of our pets, sometimes because we are not informed of the trends that exist for this purpose due to lack of time or simply out of ignorance. First of all, the most important thing is to make sure that we are going to be able to offer them what they require. When it comes to nail care, as you already know, depending on the activity that the dog performs, its nails will have more or less long, and it is not necessary to wait for it to be very large for us to start performing its pedicure, so how much the more puppy it is, it will be much better, since from an early age it is important to get it used to the fact that the nail trimming event becomes a habit and accepts it with total naturalness. In addition, the puppy's nails are more manageable on many levels. How often do I have to trim my dog's nails? When you have already identified the need to take proper care of your pet's legs, and as you gain experience in the matter, you get to know the rate of growth of their nails, and from there you can decide for yourself how often you should do the cuts. Naturally, you have to know that there is no specific time for this ritual, mainly because although the nails never stop growing, each breed has a certain time of growth, and there will always be as a variant, the amount of exercise that the dog performs obtaining the consequent nail filing. It may also be necessary to bear in mind that small breeds, such as Chihuahuas, can grow their nails the fastest, unlike larger breeds. However, it is always recommended that you be attentive every 2 or 3 weeks, and check the legs of your dog, in order to determine whether or not it is necessary to intervene with the respective manicure. What dogs need a pedicure? Maybe you don't know, but there are approximately 343 recognized breeds of dogs on our planet, and among all these breeds it might concern us which of all those dogs need a pedicure. Well, the answer is not difficult. All the dogs that have, in various circumstances, require nail care. As we have already mentioned, our dog friends generally have the need to have regular physical activities. It is part of their nature and it must be respected. As they walk or run, their muscles are exercised, their brains are activated, and their nails are naturally filed, which is why some of the pets require more attention than others when it comes to their feet. In general, those pets that have a more peaceful and sedentary life tend to be more vulnerable in many ways and require greater care. In that order of ideas, when it comes to dogs that do not have the opportunity to vent their urges to run freely, they will always have the need for a regular manicure. What should I use to trim dog nails? When the time comes to carry out the work of cutting your furry friend's nails, it is important that you have some basic elements at your fingertips that will allow you to have greater confidence in yourself, perform the work much better, and help your pet have what is necessary for said activity. Below we will mention those elements to which we refer. Warm water. Have you ever had a manicure? Yes. If the manicure is done dry, it is probably not as easy to do than if it is done with the help of water at a temperature that allows the area to be worked to soften. In the same way, when cutting your pet's nails, it is good to use warm water so that their nails soften, and it is not so difficult to make the cuts. Nail clippers. There is a great variety in the dog market that serves as nail clippers. It would be good if you consult with your veterinarian among this variety which is the one that would best suit your dog, according to its breed, nail color, size, and other considerations it may have. Otherwise, you can find out directly who sells these products to you so that they can recommend one that may be more comfortable for you. In any case, we will mention some of its characteristics so that you can get to know them and get an idea. On the one hand, there is the scissors-type nail clipper, which have a certain resemblance to the scissors that we use for our nails, but with sheets adapted for those of dogs. This type of nail clipper, for the most part, is more recommended for small dogs, such as the Maltese Bichon, since there is not so much demand on the force to be used to cut your nail. Then there are the guillotine-type nail clippers. These are characterized by having a hole in which the nail of your dog is inserted at the height of the cut and without the need for much effort. Thanks to its comfort and less demand, it is used to a greater extent for the nails of large dogs, such as the Golden Retriever or the German Shepherd, ensuring a more precise and safe cut. File. After using the nail clipper, there may sometimes be some edges or residues on the edges of the dog's nails, so it is advisable to use this tool. There are both common grip files, as well as more stylish ones that are electric and rotary type. It is up to you to choose which of them you prefer to use. Hemostatic powder. This type of powder is astringent, and will be very useful in the event that some of the cuts may go beyond the limit of the blood vessels and bleeding occurs, as it will help stop it and prevent infection. Treats. As we have also mentioned, it is very helpful to make use of rewards to avoid the stress of the dog and moderate its behavior as you progress in cutting each of the nails, so have with you some of those treats that your most pet will love them. Relaxing music. This is very optional, it depends as much on your musical taste as that of your pet. If you consider that it does not contribute anything to the situation, you can omit it. The important thing is that you adapt a space and time that is relaxing enough so that your dog feels the confidence that you can give him so that all the work is successful. Can I cut my dog's nails with normal scissors? Although in theory it is possible that the normal scissors with which you cut many other things can be used to cut nails like those of a dog, in reality, it is something that is very risky, so it is best to use the appropriate instruments, avoiding causing them unnecessary damage. In the market you will find a wide variety of nail clippers, so good advice is enough so that you can choose the most accurate for your dog. Later we will give you some very good recommendations and references so that you can make your best choice and get what you and your pet deserve. Tricks to cut your dog's nails. Well, we have already advanced a lot in the techniques and tips regarding nail cutting, but perhaps you still do not feel confident enough to get to work, so we are going to leave you a few additional tips for you to keep in mind. Account and be encouraged to be your own dog's pedicurist. If the dog is not allowed. There are some pets that can be really difficult to control for activities where special attention to detail is necessary, being a great reason to have some fear of nail trimming becoming something tedious. Above we have said that it is worth starting pedicure rituals when dogs are very puppies, this with the aim of making the task naturalized from an early age. But do not forget that dogs that have been adopted as adults can also be trained to tolerate cleaning rituals well, they just need the necessary knowledge and enough patience. In addition, it is good that you rely on the techniques that we have mentioned so that your dog acquires a progressive change in behavior, starting with creating relaxation spaces, play environments, and using the rewards. Another possibility is that instead of cutting the nails, if they are not too long, use only the file to wear them as much as possible, until you get the right size. If despite making very judicious use of these instructions, it turns out that you have not managed to captivate him, you have two options. The most appropriate and reasonable thing would be to go to a professional. However, if it is not among your possibilities or you do not want another person to take care of your dog's hygiene, you can make a visit to the veterinarian to indicate one of those pills that you can give him so that through a state of drowsiness, it results much easier to cut. If the nails are very long. On some occasions we have seen dogs that for certain reasons seem neglected to us despite being pets that should have the attention of their owners. Among these signs the state of the skin and hair stand out, also its legs that can show a high neglect through the bad smell or by keeping the nails long, a situation that is worth making clear that it is not only a matter of aesthetics, but can be considered a high-risk pet health issue. If your dog already has very long nails, you will notice that they curve noticeably, passing the limit of the pads and almost touching them, and at a given moment, in addition to being very exposed to entangle with anything, it can be considered dangerous due to make the dog vulnerable to cuts, infections and other health risks. As this is your case, you should immediately turn to your veterinarian to take care of your dog, and if it is your desire to learn everything that has to do with cutting his nails, to do it yourself. If the dog's nails are black. Unlike when the nails of dogs are clear or almost transparent, which greatly facilitates the task of nail cutting, if your dogs are black, it is necessary to be very careful to avoid making a bad cut at all cost, since this makes it impossible to identify the nervous tissue that is the pink part of the interior. In these cases, you must pay attention to the following indications that we have for you. Place your pet standing on a flat surface that allows you to settle in such a way that you can cut his nails without having to lift his paw. Take a good look at the edge of the pads, where you can see the excess part of your nails. Remember that these must be flush with the floor, without touching it, and make the cut as we have mentioned, in a straight or slightly descending way according to the curvature of your nails. Another way you can gain confidence to make the respective cut, while you gain confidence and become an expert in this art, is to start only with the tip of the nail and observe its interior. If you see it completely white, you can continue cutting a few more millimeters. On the contrary, if you see a black dot, you should stop, since it is immediately where the living tissue is. Conclusions. Many of those that we have, such as dogs, cats, and some others not so common as rabbits or hamsters, we know that caring for different breeds and sizes can be something of a lot of dedication, difficulty, and patience. That's why most people turn to either animal groomers or veterinarians for things like haircuts and nails. However, when we want to save some money on tasks like these that can be a little more manageable, indications such as the ones we have given you here are very useful, so that in the tranquility of your home and promoting contact and communication with your pets, you can cut their nails, preventing them from suffering unnecessary accidents. The best thing to know is that thanks to today's advances and the facilities we have for online shopping, we have access to multiple accessories and utensils that are very useful for the care of our animal friends. We suggest that you read carefully each of the recommendations that we have left you about the different products with which you can carry out the manicure procedure of your dog friend, always with confidence and with effectiveness, thanks to high-quality products.